Cummings from The Athletic. Gino let us know that you used to send him on dip runs at CMU. Can you tell us a little bit more about your background and relationship other than that?
Okay, I can neither confirm nor deny that first statement, okay? I actually don't remember that. I think he might have made it up, okay? But actually, Gino and I had worked together, and it's a little bit of a role reversal right now. It's really exciting to work with Gino the way he is right now. I mean, he's not the same guy that I worked with before. He's really a great offensive mind. He's got a great feel for the game, and that's pretty exciting. And as I knew him as a younger coach, he really had a lot of insight into the game. I'm not surprised that he is where he is and doing what he's doing right now. It's really exciting to get back with him because it's kind of like you take a little bit of break and you come back and you see the person you think you knew professionally, and it's really grown. It's really exciting to be with him right now.
Mentioned when I was talking to Coach Gaduli that Cincinnati's actually more familiar with your work from Connecticut, being in the same conference. Those offensive lines were maybe the largest humans I've ever seen. Is that your recruiting philosophy? Is just get them as big as you can get them and figure it out from there?
Well, I think that may be an oversimplification to get them as big as you can get them and see what they can do. I think there has to be some athleticism in there, but I don't think there's anything wrong with having big offensive linemen. I think we see it every week, and you get them as big as you can relative to the jobs they need to do. And yeah, I mean, you like being around big guys, and they got to be bigger than me, first of all, right?
So you liked Lorenz Metz when you walked in and met Lorenz?
Yeah, I did. And when when you have to really look up and see the player, it's good news. Particularly if it's me and I look him in the eye, there's a problem, right?
Keith Jenkins from the Cincinnati Enquirer. Pleasure to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Just for Cincinnati fans who may not be familiar with you, he mentioned people are familiar from UConn and your recruiting philosophy, but what kind of coach are we getting, and what are you hoping to bring to the Cincinnati program?
I think it's kind of hard to describe what kind of coach you're getting. I mean, are we going into exactly what I do on the field? Because I think you probably got to watch that one and just cover your ears a little bit. I really I have a great passion for football, and I have a great passion for blocking and protecting the rest of the team. And it's a little bit of a protection thing, really, right? I mean, I derive a lot of satisfaction in seeing other players do well. And making sure that the offense runs the way it's supposed to be run. I take a lot of pride in helping the other coaches, as much as I can. I'm not really big into the spotlight. I mean, this is a lot of fun, guys. Thanks for showing up. I get to talk to somebody, but that's what I'm about. And that's what I want to do. I want to host Coach Fickle and Coach Gaduli with the offense and do as much as they can. That's really what I'm about, and just making sure that the players have what they need to get better and to be able to produce and stay at the highest level, and the high level they've been at.
Neil Meyer with the Front Office News. You just mentioned the productivity and staying at that high level. What's it like having an offensive line that's so experienced, and what's your first sights on being able to see them this offseason?
Well, it's awesome, first of all. You've got a lot of experience on the offensive line. I mean, there's probably going to be some differences in philosophy and how you do a particular thing, but at the end of the day, it's knock them off the ball or go ahead and dictate the rush, whichever one it happens to be. And it's fun to be with a bunch of guys like that. And actually, today was the first day that I was actually seeing the work ethic of the offensive line and the team, and that was exciting. And these guys love to work. Okay, they love to work. And it's very exciting to get with a bunch of guys who are experienced that love to work, because good things are going to happen when that happens. We get a collection of guys. And one of the other things that happens, it deals with the culture that Coach Fickle's put into place here, is that the older guys work. And what the younger guys see from the older guys is, this is the way we do it, and they're going to do it. I mean, imagine yourself sitting behind as a young person anywhere and watching the person in front of you do the right thing or the wrong thing, and you look at that guy and say, that's the way things are done here. So that's really exciting too. They're back, and then the backups that we need to develop are watching the guys who have a lot of experience, playing a lot of football and a lot of successful football. So that's an exciting time.
Do you have a preferred scheme that we'll see, inside zone, outside zone, stretch, anything in particular that we can look for in a Mike Cummings offensive line?
Yes.
Can you tell us?
Yeah, you just said them all. Okay.
Okay.
Listen. We have to do what the offense dictates and what the defense will give us, And, just in talking with Gino and his plans, I mean, there is a style of offense, and I think we have the players for that. But of course, it's always adjusted if there's adjustments on the team. But, I mean, look, I think you have to do everything. And do you do everything every day? Not necessarily, okay? I'm not trying to be cryptic on this at all, but if they take something away, you need to be able to do it both, okay? So, look, I love stretch, okay? I love inside zone, and I like pin and pull stuff, and I like gap schemes, okay? That's probably not specific enough, but it is honest.
Fair enough.
Coach Gino, Coach Vic both talked about your success developing players at Central Michigan to play at the next level. What's been the key to that? Why have you had so much success with guys who maybe weren't, the highest rated recruits?
Well, it's development, right? So you have to find the button to push. You have to find what will work. It's not the one size fits all for everybody. I think at one time in my career, I thought everything should be done the same for every player. That's not true. And, what we'll do is find the piece that needs to be developed and develop that. It's not like a magic wand, right? So, you get a really tall guy, he's not going to be the same as a shorter guy. And we work on those, I don't want to say deficiencies, but whatever needs to get fixed, okay? And that's how we develop that. And I think the other piece is we always want to give them the why, why we're doing something. I'm a Genesis person. If I know the reason why, where it started, I'm really good at it. So we try and give them the whys, how we're going to do things. And we let the player develop from there. And we try, if you have guys who work really hard like we do here, I mean, it's easier to develop them because they want to be good. And, I want to take a lot of credit for all what these guys, how they develop. But at the end of the day, they all wanted to be good. And, when you have a great work ethic and a great culture, those guys come into the program. So it's a daily process to develop a player. It's not everything in one day. Find the deficiency, work on that, add another layer, add another layer, and add another layer. And I think that's how you develop someone, not just by giving them all the information at once, because we all had to learn how to learn the alphabet and then how to do our, remember this now? Most people can't, right? Remember, I had to learn the alphabet, then do your name, right? Well, you can't just teach someone to write their name. They have to learn the alphabet first. So, all right, that was my analogy. Okay. Nobody remembers that, do they?
That's fair.
Any more questions for Coach Cummings?
Nope.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
All right,
Coach.
listen, I want